All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle two words that are absolutely critical for any business, but honestly, they cause a whole lot of confusion. Bookkeeping versus accounting. These two terms, they are the absolute bedrock of managing your money. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new startup, a freelancer, or running a family shop. Getting a handle on these is just non-negotiable for success. And that's the big question, isn't it? So many of us hear these words and use them like they're the same thing. But, spoiler alert, they are not. Not even close. And mixing them up can actually cause some real headaches down the road. So our mission for the next few minutes is pretty simple. We're going to clear all of that up. We're going to draw a crystal clear line in the sand so you walk away from this knowing exactly what's what. No more confusion, just clarity. Now, this quote right here, this is everything. If you don't remember anything else, remember this sentence. It's kind of the master key that unlocks this whole topic, and it's the idea we're going to keep coming back to. Okay, so let's start with that first part of the quote, writing the history. This is bookkeeping. It is the absolute foundation. You can't build anything without it. I want you to think of a bookkeeper as your business's official historian. Their job, day in and day out, is to meticulously document every single financial thing that happens. Every sale you make, every invoice you pay, every coffee you buy with the company card, it all gets written down in the history books. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's the nitty-gritty work, right? It's data entry. It's making sure all your income and expenses go into the right buckets. It's all about creating a super clean, organized, and factual record of everything that's happened with your money. And here's the most important part to remember about bookkeeping. Its job is purely to describe what happened. That's it. A bookkeeper isn't there to interpret the numbers or give you advice. Their one and only focus is creating that perfect chronological financial history. So, now that we've got our history all written down and organized, it's time to actually use it. This is where we start planning for the future. And this, my friends, is where accounting steps in. Okay, so if the bookkeeper is the historian, then the accountant is the strategist. They take all that raw data, that financial history, and they start to make sense of it. They analyze it, they look for patterns, and they turn all those numbers into information you can actually use. What does this look like in the real world? Well, accountants are the ones creating those crucial reports. The profit and loss statements that tell you if you're actually making money. They're handling the complex tax stuff, helping you build a budget for the year ahead, and giving you the kind of strategic advice that helps you grow. See, the goal here is completely different. It's not just about what happened. It's about answering the big questions like, so, what does this all mean for us? And, okay, based on these numbers, what should our next move be? It's all about guiding those future decisions. All right, we've looked at both sides. Now let's put them right next to each other side by side so this whole thing just clicks into place. This is that aha moment. Just look at this. On the left, you've got bookkeeping. The focus? Recording data. The role? It's administrative. The objective? To create a historical record. Now, look to the right. Accounting. The focus is on analyzing that data. The role is strategic, and the whole objective is to guide future decisions. You see the difference? One looks back, the other uses that information to look forward. But here's the thing you have to understand. This isn't a competition. It's not about which one is better or more important. They are two halves of the same whole. Think of them as a dynamic duo. You really, truly need both of them. And it's really that simple. An accountant can't give you any good strategic advice if the financial records are a total mess. It's that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. And on the flip side, having perfectly kept books that just sit on a shelf without any analysis, well, that's just a history book collecting dust. It doesn't help you at all. The way it works is a straight line. First, the bookkeeper has to lay that solid foundation with clean, reliable data. Then, and only then, can the accountant come in and build on top of it with their analysis and their strategy. This quote just nails it. It really is like a relay race. The bookkeeper runs that crucial first leg, getting the data right, and then they pass the baton to the accountant, who takes that data and runs the final leg toward making smart business decisions. Okay, so let's bring this all home. Why does any of this really matter? Why do we just spend time drawing this line between the two? Well, because getting this right is absolutely critical for the health and the future of your business. If you want the simplest possible way to remember all this, here it is. Bookkeeping answers the
What questions? What do we spend? What did we earn? What happened? But accounting? Accounting answers the much more powerful so what questions. So what does this all mean for our growth? So what's our next move? When you know the difference, you can make sure you have the right people doing the right jobs. It lets you build that solid financial foundation and then, this is the important part, use that foundation to make smart, informed decisions that actually move the needle for your business.
And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. Take a hard look at how you're handling your finances. Are you just recording your past, just writing down history? Or are you actively using that history to build and design your future? The choice really is yours.